Welcome to another deep dive. We are so thrilled to have you with us today because honestly, we're looking at something pretty magical.
Yeah, magical is definitely the right word for this one.
Right. So, imagine owning a luxury beach house that practically pays its own mortgage, and you never even have to share a hallway or make awkward eye contact with your renters.
It's the ultimate dream, right? Getting that income without sacrificing your privacy.
It really is.
Hmm.
A huge shout out right up front to the listing agent, Kelly Webb of Epique Realty, for bringing us this fascinating case study. The property is located at 11 Abbey Road, Santa Rosa Beach, FL 32459.
Yeah, and our mission today, for you listening, is to really unpack how this fully furnished, uh, 2,436 square foot beach house serves as this perfect masterclass.
A masterclass in blending modern coastal living with, serious investment flexibility.
Exactly. Because when you look at how coastal real estate is shifting right now, a
Yeah.
property like this, it stops being just a building
Yeah.
and it starts acting like a highly adaptable financial tool.
I absolutely love that perspective. So instead of just staring at a floor plan, let's look at the actual mechanics of how this place functions. I kind of think of this three-story layout like a perfectly layered cake.
Oh, a layer cake. I like that analogy.
Yeah, but it's not just about getting three different flavors. It's about the structural separation. It's like having this impermeable layer of fondant between each tier. The architecture physically separates the acoustics and the foot traffic.
Right. The structural zoning is incredibly deliberate here. If we look at that base layer, the first floor is specifically engineered as a lockout apartment.
Which is just huge.
It really is. Then moving up to the second floor, you have your main social hub. It's this wide open kitchen, dining, and living area.
Complete with a gas fireplace, right?
Yes, a gas fireplace and a balcony looking right out toward the Gulf.
Oh, wow, that sounds absolutely stunning.
Oh, it's gorgeous. And then finally, the third floor is designed as a highly private owner's retreat.
Yeah.
You get your master suite, a dedicated office space, and of course, those elevated Gulf views.
Okay, wait, I want to pause on that base layer for a second. Because the term lockout, it sounds a bit like a hotel concept, right?
Yeah, it definitely has that hospitality ring to it.
So how does that structural separation actually work in a residential home? And why is it becoming such a massive game changer for modern buyers eyeing coastal real estate?
Well, the mechanics of a lockout apartment are really all about self-containment. It has its own private entrance, completely independent from the main living spaces upstairs.
Oh, so there's no shared internal lobby or anything.
Exactly. So from an economic standpoint, it allows you to generate rental income from the first floor while you are actively living or vacationing on the second and third floors.
That is wild. You essentially acquire two distinct properties within a single footprint.
Right? They share a roof, but they definitely don't share a lifestyle.
See, that sounds fantastic in theory, but let's be real for a second. If you buy a newer coastal home in Florida and suddenly start running a shadow rental out of the first floor, isn't a homeowners association going to immediately knock on your door with a clipboard and shut that down?
You know, that is exactly the friction point for most buyers, but it's also what makes the financial profile of this specific property so compelling.
Okay, I am so intrigued.
So the current price sits at $1,494,000, which actually factors in a recent $100,000 price cut.
Wow, 100,000.
Yeah. But the real headline for this 2019 build is that there is absolutely no HOA.
Wait, really? Because I have to admit, that genuinely surprises me.
Surprises a lot of people.
I mean, finding a newer construction home just minutes from the beach and major hotspots like Gulf Place and not having a board dictating your rental terms, that feels incredibly rare for this market.
It is exceptionally rare, and it's really the linchpin of the whole strategy here.
It makes total sense.
When you combine zero HOA fees with that first floor lockout apartment, you completely remove the artificial ceiling on your investment.
Right, because there are no arbitrary rental restrictions.
Exactly. No rental restrictions, no sudden assessments, and no association fees eating into your margins. It creates pure optionality.
So the architecture gives you the physical freedom, and the lack of an HOA gives you the legal freedom to actually use it.
Precisely. You can pivot as your life changes. Maybe one year, it's a multi-generational sanctuary where your in-laws take the first floor.
Ah, that's such a great use for it.
Right. And then the next year, the market shifts,
Right.
and it becomes a high-yield rental to completely offset your mortgage.
All while you retain your private Gulf views and home office on the third floor. I just love how flexible that is.
It really maximizes a buyer's freedom.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now? Whether you are hunting for a family sanctuary, a vacation getaway, or an investment, This deep dive proves just how valuable structural flexibility has become.
Exactly. The concept of the vacation home is fundamentally shifting. It has to serve dual needs now, the personal retreat and the financial asset.
Which leaves us with this final thought to ponder today. As homes increasingly blend private living spaces with income-generating lockout apartments, how might this hybrid approach completely redefine the future of the traditional vacation home?